Hello folks, this is ICT with the Pro Traders Club entry for October 24th, 2011. Okay, we're looking at the fiber chart, and I want to go over the trade that took last night in the Asian session and took off during the London Open and was actually in Baby Pip's chat room live this morning with a few individuals, LS1, Lem, and a few other individuals that we were going over some key levels for the fiber. So let's go over real quick the Asian session trade I took. I didn't trade the gap for Sunday, but I did note that there was a very clean level from Friday's trading that was suspect in my opinion and would have had buy stops resting above these these highs in here. Okay, for two different camps. One, for those that were looking to sell short, they would have a protective stop to buy, exiting and thus controlling their exposure to upside drawdown. And for those individuals that want to use these highs as a breakout, for instance, as we see here later on in the day, this is the move that I exited out on. I was trading looking for the figure 139.01 is the level here, and that was actually my fill, 139.01. And the reason why I went long was simply because on the higher time frame I noted that 138.40, which is noted here, was a key level. And if you look at your hourly chart and 15-minute chart, it'll be very clear to you as to why 138.40 for the fiber was a key support level. So basically, price had unable to fill the gap. We traded down into almost late New York on Friday's lows. I didn't use these candles in here. This consolidation also bodes well for the 138.40 level, so one could argue that this was an optimal trade entry, and I will show you what the fibs look like on it so you can see what it looked like here. 79, just a little bit lower than the candle actually went. Sweet spot definitely, and then price had moved on. And again, looking for penetration of these highs in here, and I went to bed. Still feel a little bit out of it. I'm fighting a cold, so I'm really not pushing myself too hard, but I was able to make a new equity high for the $1 million challenge count. Okay, so here we have New York midnight time. Alright, and London open in this vicinity here. They really folded it and sent it lower, and these levels here, the 139.35 and the 139.53 level, if you look at the, again, 1 hour chart and 4 hour chart, you'll see that these levels are very clear as to why these were already on my chart. Which brings us to the New York opening and New York session. Right about in here, I was looking at Baby Pip's chat room. There's a few people in there. I think it's about 12 guys or gals. I don't know. I'm sure if they're men or women, but I just popped in just for curiosity's sake, and they just happened to be talking about how they were short. And LS1, I believe, was short in this area here, and I just happened to be commenting with them about what they thought price was going to do, and they were looking for a cover at the central pivot. And I was discussing the likelihood of price maybe trying to gun below this early low here and maybe reach for 138.20. Okay, I'm not going to put that on the chart, but you can clearly see it here. Would have been just below the central pivot, and thus running the stops out and possibly pulling up to the 139 figure. And I was telling them live without really trying to give a live trade recommendation, but here's the figure 139, and here's the 62% retracement level, 79% retracement level, and I was looking for price to at least try to really maybe stage a run up to this level here, and obviously to retest the high. And I was commenting live, and I was trying to get those involved in the chat room to look at their fiber chart, and I also gave them indications that if you look at the price at 138.40, how many times Friday, Sunday, this morning in New York, and in I'm sorry, London, and then in New York again, we were unable to get legs going lower on 138.40. So to me, I was trying to hint at, again, because I really don't want to put myself out there and look at folks trying to use me as some kind of oracle or a live signal service provider. I'm not trying to do that, but I am trying to stimulate market study. And the case I was trying to make was that every time price went down below 138.40, some entity was accumulating. And the analogy I was using is if you want to move a large block of currency and you want to get to a specific price level, and I was suggesting that price is going to run above the London high, okay, so there would be buy stops resting above this. For anyone that went short here, or again, those that want to buy a breakout, there's going to be buy stops right above this high, okay. Price was trading here. I was indicating that there was going to be a likelihood of a price run up if we get to 138.60. That's in here. And price ran up, pulled back down into, wouldn't you know it, optimal trade entry, 79% retracement level, overlaps with the central pivot, and off she went. You can actually look at this swing here, and optimal trade entry also takes place on these lows. So we have several confluences of events for a long. So there's your swing, and we just recently, at the time I was beginning this recording, we just penetrated the high made in London, just by a few pips. And let's see, the high on that is 3 pips higher than the London session. So essentially, that would allow the spread. Typically, it's about three pips spread on the Euro USD on most platforms. So that would essentially allow stops to be taken. Convenient, isn't it? So there is the move for today, and just want to go over that and kind of share that with you. And LS1 was unable to see a profitable trade on their short, but I was trying to gingerly, very, very subtly, trying to convince them that there was probably an opportunity to be going long, and without going out and saying, look, you might want to be buying this. I was kind of like, gently prodding and nudging them to consider, at least bringing their stop down. So before I could get that across, they had already said that they brought their stop to break even. So congratulations, kudos on management on that. So that's good. Good to see you doing that. So again, I'm going to save my voice here and I'm going to escape. But this is the price level that we were discussing real time as price was trading at it, and I called the high on London to be taken out, and there you have it. So that's a wrap for today, and I wish you good luck and good trading.